So plantar fasciitis is a condition where the person gets pain in the heel, often close to the heel, and there are two slips to the plantar fascia, one which is wider through the middle and one which is thinner to the outside. So a common area of pain might be here on the outside part of this. So in plantar fasciitis, as with other pain conditions, in my opinion, the best approach is to deal very carefully with the local area of the pain and then eliminate other areas which are feeding into that, which I would call more global treatment. So for the local treatment, we'll look at the plantar fascia here, and the first thing I would do is warm up the plantar fascia in general. Even if the pain is down here, I'll be warming up the whole plantar fascia, and I would take a little bit of time to do that. The next thing I would do, and this is very important, is to treat the site itself. So I will go closer to the area and start to apply pressure towards the heel. We don't want to be going away from the heel because plantar fasciitis is inflammation or micro tears around where the tendon goes into the bone here. So we don't want to be going away from it to tear or increase inflammation or increase the micro tears. So the direction is definitely towards the heel. This is important to get client feedback as we do this. And if there's any sudden pain, I would take my hands off and we'll work out what's happening and whether we can proceed. But getting little movements from the toes up and down and relax gives me feedback as I go through this. So this would be done very carefully, and I might ask my client to stand up and walk, see how she's feeling, and then go back and do some more treatment if that's deemed to be appropriate. So this would take time, and it's very, very careful and subtle work. So having done that, we would then look at what is actually feeding into this area from other muscles. So one area is the perennials and the other area is the calves, which are key to plantar fasciitis. So I'm going to show you those two techniques now. Gabby, if you'd like to go on your side, please. That's great. Let's put this in here. Okay, good. So the perennials or fibulari come down here, round the malleolus and down through the foot to go round to the other side of the foot here. The retinacular here are important because retinacular can pin down the tendons and impede movement. So we want to get that as freed up as we can. So I would spend some time on that. And the next thing I would do is free the perennials themselves. So movement can help here, Gabby. If you'd like to flex your foot up slowly, that's great, very good. And then just relax. And again, flexing up, good, and relax. And I would take time to do this to make sure there's no areas of excess tension or lumpy parts here that need to be released. And that's the perennials. And the other part is the calf muscles themselves. If you'd like to go on your front, please, Gabby. And I'll just put this here, under here, as a bolster and come down an inch. And this is very important because the gastrocnemius and the soleus can put a lot of tension through here into the heel of the foot where the site of the pain is. So I would spend time to release this area, starting with the Achilles tendon. I can work upwards like this, again using some pressure on the foot and relax. And I'm also feeling not just the muscle but the fascial bag and getting an appropriate tension to work with that so that I can, I'm thinking about balancing the muscles as they lead into the foot. So I would again spend time doing that. And once I'm happy with that, by extension, the calf muscles go through the hamstrings, through the glutes, up through the back and even up to the head. But the hamstrings is still relatively close to the heel, so definitely I would spend time to release the hamstrings, looking for balances inside and out, and sorting that out as I find it. So mixing global work on the sole of the foot, local work on the sole of the foot and global work further up the leg is, in my opinion, the best way to treat plantar fasciitis, and also to identify exactly what could be causing this. It could be shoes, it could be sporting repetitive actions. Have a look at that with my clients, see if there's anything that can be rearranged with that, and also perhaps do some judicious stretches to stretch out the calf, which can be a major culprit in putting tension through here. So that's the procedure I would use for plantar fasciitis.